Fractions. How are you doing today? I hope you guys are staying indoors and being safe. Well, today I was outside and found a whole bunch of these eggs. And, well, I thought I found so many that I would share them with my family. And so I was just going to sort them for each of my family and then figure out how many I would get to keep. So, did you know that's kind of like math? Kind of cool, right? In fact, it's like the math lesson we're going to be learning today, where we're going to find fractional parts of a set. Do you want to see how we can do that with these? Come on, let's check it out. All right, so the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to use some terms and vocabulary that I have learned to find out how many of these eggs I will get in my mom and my dad. So first, I'm going to find out how many eggs there are. Can we count them together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so I have 12 eggs, also known as a dozen of eggs. But I need to know how many eggs I could get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a pile. One for me, one for my dad, one for my mom. So I'm just going to give everyone one egg at a time until I run out of eggs. Oh wow, look at that. So it looks like I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 eggs. My dad's gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4 eggs. My mom's gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4 eggs. We all got 4 eggs. Pretty neat. Did you know that this is also like learning about fractions in our last lesson about learning about fractions and sets? Well, we can use this information that we have found about these eggs to answer fractional parts of a set. So let's say I have a problem that looks like this. It says find 1/3 of 12. And I'm going to actually write eggs because we're going to be talking about eggs. Okay, find 1/3 of 12 eggs. So when we look at this problem, we're first going to look at the fraction. We're going to look at that denominator. Our denominator is 3. So I'm going to make 3 different groups, just like I did with the eggs. I had one for me, my dad, and my mom. Okay? And then I noticed that I had a total of 12 eggs. So then what I needed to do is I needed to divide my eggs into 3 groups. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so we used up all the eggs. Now we need to look at our answer. Or to find our answer, we need to find 1/3. So if we have 3 equal parts, what is my 1/3? Right, exactly. We're going to look at this part. We're going to look at mine. So how many eggs did I get? Let's count. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. So, to answer the question, find 1/3 of 12 eggs, my answer is going to be 4. 4 eggs. Alright, now that we're back indoors, we're going to work with an anchor chart to better understand what we learned outside. Are you ready? So, fractional parts of a set. we're going to practice a problem really quick. So our problem says, find 1/5 of 20 hearts. Okay, so our denominator is going to tell us the equal parts in all. How many equal parts are there in all? 5. There are 5 equal parts in all. And then our numerator is going to tell us the number of equal parts that we will be looking at to find our answer. And so there are it is 1 part. All right, and then for our total of items, we're going to be looking at 20 hearts. Okay, to solve this, I'm going to draw a picture. Find 1/5 of 20 hearts. Like what we did outside, we found 20 hearts by dividing into 5 equal parts. We know to do this because this is our denominator. That is how many equal parts we're dividing into. So I'm going to have 1 set, 2 set, 3 sets, 4 sets, and 5 sets. So I have 5 sets drawn out. And now we need to figure out my answer of looking at 1/5 of 20 hearts. So, like what we did outside, I'm going to divide 20 hearts into these 5 boxes. Are you ready? So I have 1 heart, 2, count along with me, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, so now we have marked all 20 hearts. So now, to find our answer of 1/5 of 20 hearts, we need to look at one of the equal parts. So we can choose any of these because they're all equal, right? I'm going to look at this circle. Okay. How many hearts are in that circle? Let's see. There's 1 heart, 2, 3, 4. So in that set, or in that part, there are 4 hearts. So how many hearts are in one of the equal parts? 4. There are 4 hearts in one of the equal parts. All right. So now since we practiced that, I want you guys to have some time to practice this on your own, because this is a really fun activity. So if you go to your workbook page, if you have the hard copy, if you don't, let's go online. Let's go to Envision Math and pull this up on the computer. Print it out if you can. If not, get a scratch piece of paper out and follow along and then solve for the rest. So I want you guys to go to 9-4. We're going to start with practice. When I give you guys a couple of practice examples, I want you to finish the rest of that page, get a lot of practice in, and then go to the reteach, because that'll help you understand it more. All right, so I'm going to pull out my whiteboard real quick, and while I do that, why don't you guys get your worksheet ready, or a scratch piece of paper. I'll be right back. All right, so welcome back, and we are on practice page 9-4. We're going to be going over question 1 first. So question 1 reads, Luann read 1/3 of 18 books on her reading list. Wow, that's awesome. How many books did Luann read? Find 1/3 of 18 books. Okay. So while you guys were getting your stuff, I decided to do a quick sketch so you could see what I'm seeing on my page, if you don't have yours in front of you. So I noticed that there were 3 equal parts drawn, and then they divided the total books inside of these equal parts, so they equally distributed them. And then I noticed that there were the same amount of books in each of the parts. But for our question, it says find 1/3 of 18 books. So how many parts are we going to look at? We have 1 part, 2 parts, or 3 parts. Yeah, exactly. We're just going to look at that one. So we're going to just highlight, or we're going to circle so we can specifically look at this specific part. All right. And then how many books were inside this? Because we need to find out how many books Luann read specifically. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 1/3 of 18 is 6 books. So Luann read 6 books on her reading list. Let's hope she reads all 18, because that sounds like a lot of fun. Are you guys reading any books at home? I'm reading this right now, and I love it. It's a great afternoon read. Anyways, so let's go on to another problem. Let's look at number 4. So for this one, it says, model. Draw a picture in the space at the right to show how you would find 1/2 of 8 marbles. All right, so 1/2 of 8 marbles. We need to find, I'm just going to write out the problem so I know what I'm looking for. We need to find 1/2 of 8 marbles. Right? All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at that denominator. And that denominator tells us that there are going to be 2 parts in our set. And then it tells us that there are 8 marbles total. So now we're going to go in and draw our 8 marbles, dividing them equally in between the 2 parts. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so we found all 8 marbles, but how many are 1/2 of 8? So we need to find 1/2 of 8 marbles. So this is 1 part, and this is 2 parts. So we're going to look at 1/2. So if we were to split this down the middle, this is our total number of parts. We're going to split that down the middle. So there are how many marbles on this side? We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. There are 4 marbles. Okay. So 1/2 of 8 marbles is 4 marbles. There's a couple other ways that you can do this. You don't necessarily have to draw them out in circles, but you can also use your math that you remember to divide, or to multiply, or to do any other things. But this is a cool visual because it helps you in understanding the total parts by looking at your denominator, and then looking at the specific 1 part. Okay. Remember, your numerator tells you how many parts you're going to be looking at. Right here it told us 1, so that's why we looked at 1 part. All right, so that gave you guys a little bit of help in figuring out some problems in your practice book. I seriously recommend that you guys keep practicing and do your reteach, because it will help you so much in understanding this math and helping you next year in 4th grade. That's crazy. You guys are going to be 4th graders next year. All right, well, if you had any confusion, or if you have any questions, or you just want to say, hey, write me in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up if you've seen it or if you liked it. And then if you also have any questions, feel free to ask me on Zoom in the comment section, or in what's also called the chat, because I can answer your guys' questions by typing. All right, well, it was good to see you guys. I hope you're doing well. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, Stay indoors, and I hope to see you guys very, very soon. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time.